Hey, friends, it's me, Christiana Gaudet, your tarot fairy godmother, with a special reading and spread for you. I'm recording this on February 2nd, which is Groundhog Day. You may know, you may celebrate, you may have heard that the days January 31st, February 1st, February 2nd, these 3 days, depending on your tradition, you might be celebrating what's called Imbolc, also called Candlemas, Breed's Day, Bridget's Day. What is it? The word Imbolc means in the belly or in milk, and it is the celebration of the coming spring. The idea that the sheep are pregnant with new lambs. It is a Celtic holiday, and it is a cross-quarter day, so equidistant between solstice and equinox. There are 4 cross-quarter days. Of course, the most famous one is Halloween or Samhain. So it's usually at the end, October 31st, May 1st. It's at the end, beginning of a month, when the calendar month changes 4 times a year. This happens to be my favorite of the 4. Now, it's also Groundhog Day, right? And this is the origin of Groundhog Day. Why is Groundhog Day Groundhog Day? Again, the festival of the coming spring. Now, my association with this really is about the goddess Bridget, also called Breed. Bridget is such a beloved Celtic goddess that she became a Catholic saint during the Christianization of Europe and the Celtic region. So this is also celebrated in the Catholic Church as Bridget's Day, St. Bridget's Day. Now, there are lots of ways to celebrate this holiday, but my favorite is a meditation and divination where you go to Bridget's Forge. Bridget is the triple goddess of smithcraft, hence the forge, poetry, and healing. And so you can kind of put that together and talk about the healing of creativity. She's a fire goddess, right? Remember the forge. And so I like to do a meditation where I am carrying a heavy burden, and I don't know what the burden is. I'm carrying it to her. She takes it, you approach the forge, and it's hot, and, here's this woman, and she has red hair, and back in the day, I had red hair too, so I probably make some, personal connection with her for that reason. And you give her your burden, and she takes it into the forge and transforms it into something useful, something helpful, a tool that you can use. Now, there are many, many ways to celebrate this holiday. This is just my personal practice, but there are many. But there's a reading that we can do around this, and I'm going to do this as a collective reading. I'm using Spiral Tarot because it is a Celtic-inspired deck. So I'm going to do this for the collective, and if it resonates for you, great. But also take it as a tarot spread and using a tarot deck or an oracle deck. Do it for yourself, okay? But here it is for the collective. It's just 2 cards. What burden are you ready to bring to Breed's Forge? The 4 of Cups. Perhaps an emotional burden, a heavy heart, feeling like your life is not where you want it to be and not knowing what to do to make it better. Maybe this is something that's been put on you. Other people telling you that your life should be a certain way or you should feel a certain way or do things a certain way. That's the burden. What can, in the heat of the forge, in the magical space, what can this be transformed into? Look at another 4. And, when we see the 4 of Pentacles, like if you read Eden Gray, which, I started with, a lot of us my age did, she says this is the card of the miser. But you know what? It is also about having boundaries. It's about deciding what you're going to do with your resources. So basically, it goes from I can't choose, I don't want to choose, to I get to choose. Taking the power of choice. Your choice, your boundaries, your resources. You can do it the way you want to do it and feeling that power. That's the collective reading, but try this 2-card reading at any time of the year, but especially at this time of Imbolc, as we await the coming spring. We await spring and transformation within ourselves. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoy it. I'll look forward to seeing you soon.